Now let's come back straight to him and look at the way things are actually going. Now, for you, Joel, I'm going to ask you this question. There's this big talk about us developing our football. What is your take before I take this story that has to do with grassroots?
Well, development is something that should be continuous. It is not. It's not just. It's not rocket science. One and two. It's not when you just wake up and say, "I want to continue this." What are the plans we have on ground to keep developing our players? Because whether I like it or not, the young shall grow. So what happened? Even to the ones that have stopped playing. But what is important is what are the means of developing this player?
Talking about the means of developing players in any society, just the big one over the weekend was Africano Football Club was launched. They unveiled their jerseys right here in Lagos, and who the La Cream in sports were all present when this event actually came up right here in Lagos at the Brazilian consulate. The Africano Football Club is in conjunction with the parent body in Brazil and the supporters club right here in Nigeria, and the person who is actually responsible for taking this club to a new height is not a person than a friend of the house, Ambassador Reverend Samuel Ikpea. Over the weekend, a new baby was born into the Nigerian football family as Lagos-based non-league side Africano Football Club was unveiled and launched last week at the Brazilian consulate Victoria Island, Lagos. The new football club, whose parents club is based in Sao Paulo, Brazil, was established 5 months ago and have already been making strong impression on the local football circle. Speaking at the unveiling and the launch of the club, the Brazilian Consulate General to Nigeria, Manuel dos Santos, expressed his happiness on the establishment of the football teams, describing it as a further statement to the long-standing socio-cultural economic relationship between Brazil and Nigeria. He said he looks forward to seeing some of the young players becoming big stars in the future, like famous Brazil star Neymar, Vinicius Juniors, and others. At the same time, the president of the club, Ambassador Reverend Samuel Ikpea, was excited and expressed his joy on the euphoria event where he doubles as the national chairman of the Nigerian Football Supporters Club. Remarked that there are players to get into the team who are between the age of 15-17, and he looks to the future to see some of these players get into the national team. Some of the top personalities who graced the well-attended event include former Nigerian international engineer Wahid Akoni, renowned sport broadcaster Charles Anozido, the NNL-based George Alo, chairman of the board of trustees of the Professional Football from Nigeria, Harrison Jala, and the host of others. It was an event that actually held sway. Let's take a listen to what the president and the chairman of the Africano Football Club Africa had to say, Reverend Ikpea. We'll be right back and I'll ask them his own opinion. Do stay tuned.
For understanding, most of the equipment they have, we don't have it here in Nigeria. So once we have them here, we take them over, we give them the opportunity. It's a form of, exchange program. Take them there, get them educated, come back there and work for the world. So that is what we consider.
Okay, how do you know the president wants? But what would you say would be a short-term goal? What would you call a success story in the next 5-10 years for this club? So what's the pathway? Because just like they talked about beyond Lagos and Ramos and the way they started from the lower divisions, but now they are top side in Nigeria. We just be a scouting system, but you really want to be the long-term thing in Nigeria.
Well, I think for we, I'm not mentioning about Ramos stars or whatever. I think we are seeing beyond that. We have started. I don't know if you watched the expert with the 100 contest where every honorable citizen participated with the honors. And we're looking, looking at a situation where in the next 3, 5, 10 years, we have most of these players representing Nigeria, for national.
Essential. What are the programs that can, be part of what this club might need to do to develop?
Well, that's the thing. Play. That's the best thing to do. The more you play, the more you learn, and the more you exchange experience. That's the good thing.
phone will work. It's okay. Even if it does not work, football is versatile. You know, we do all kinds of stuff in football matters. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, Mr. Ambassador. I mean, for me, it's always a pleasure to be amongst football people, because football is what we eat, we drink, and we sleep. We welcome Africano Football Club. We welcome to Lagos, Nigeria, where everything starts. Even as we're going to Brazil, it starts from Lagos here. So we're in Lagos, even though Ambassador said we're in Rio de Janeiro. So my point is to the boys that's forming this club, football is not an 100 meters dash. It's a long haul, a marathon race. You always have to be patient. At 15, 16.
Brazilian console. What does this portend for the club side and for the future of Nigeria? Because I mean, the talent around the Brazilian football team.
Talent does exist in the country. There are many football academies in the country as well. But I think the major difference between what we have and what we have now is the fact that this is covered with a lot of expertise. The best in terms of administration, people who've been there, done that, who have a name, to protect, and a name to help in generating and helping to build the next generation.
You talk about management and also the players. How can the players fulfill their dream with this club? The opportunities they're giving them with partnership with Brazil, the advice to the administrators, how can they run this club professionally to become a top-class club, maybe top-class Nigerian club side? Because we see what Remo Stars have done. Started like an amateur club, but now they're top club in Nigeria.
No, this is a private club, a young club that have just created. They will make progress, you understand? Because clubs that are not really doing well in the professional career are clubs run by government and their agencies. It's a private club. So they know, the mission and the vision of the club is clear from the word go. All we are advocating is that the Nigerian Football Federation should provide an enabling environment for this young club to try. And the Lagos State Football Association
start amateur level, grassroots level. But what does this portend for the future of the club and for football development in Nigeria? Because you talked about Beyond Limits, Remo Stars started now, Remo Stars and Nigerian Premier League champions. How can this club, with the partnership with the Brazilian Council, become a big brand that can really bring the Brazilian culture to Nigerian football?
I must say that this is a good development. Reverend Ambassador Ikpea partnering with of this Africano football club. Very good concept. I think it's a concept that will blossom with time. I must congratulate
Alright, that was the epic gran pseudo, like they say it in Spanish, of the guests that came to that event. And in all, there was this advice they were all giving. This is what I'm going to take on John. Now, John, at the launch of this club, every one of them specifically advised the young one to be focused, be dedicated, and be patient in the quest to grow to stardom. Now, as a young club, what would be your advice, and where do you think we've gotten it right and where we've gotten it wrong? Because right now, the Super Eagles is at complete doldrum. Our age group teams are still struggling with issue of not having the right age. Now a new club has been launched, and the Supporters Club has been a pivotal party to the growth of football in Nigeria.
Well, they've said it all, but for me, I love to add this. You talk about focus, being serious, and all that. Now, who's going to handle the team? That is one. And two, these players need to be really, really young players. They're about 15 years and 60 years.
They're young players. At least I saw some of them.
We're looking at longevity right now.
Yeah.
Now, you shouldn't just say you want to play in the national team. You need to grow as a player because there are stages to grow. Now, this is an amateur team. Now, what's important is what are the inputs? What are they giving these players to train with? I hope they're getting the right facility to train with in terms of balls, training kits and all that. and also the coach now matters, the person that will handle these players, because you can't give what you don't have.
Exactly.
It goes beyond, being an NIS coach. You need to have the passion for coaching.
But in a couple of finals that they've been in existence, they've been extremely fantastic, considering the fact that they've participated in different tournaments, and they've been doing well.
Yeah. Not a bad idea, because you need to keep them busy. Not just playing tournaments. Fine, they cannot play in the MPFL or play in the NNL, but keep them busy with friendly games. That's where you can really monitor the players. Now they get into this level, can they, be metamorphosed into big teams, probably play in the MPFL on the NNL, or probably, have them go abroad and then play their trade over there. All right, it's not a bad idea for me.
The aim of the club Africano, or Africano Club as it is called, is to have various of these clubs established in different countries in Africa with a partnership in Sao Paulo. So congratulations to Reverend Ambassador Samuel Ikpea and every other team members. Fortunately enough, one of us is also part of this team. Akim Busari is in the media department for the team, and they're doing pretty well. So congratulations on that launch. We'll be keeping tab on what Club Africano will be doing. I was supposed to have the cap today. I don't know why I left it. I'll come with it on Wednesday.